Hello, my name is Tiffany Rushin, and welcome to a refresher training in ESE Lift Buses. The first thing that we're going to do is open up the lift door. The first thing the driver would do is guard themselves with the lift door, making sure that the lift does not come down on them. Next, we will latch to make sure that the door is secure, and then we will go over to the device to do the up, down, fold, and store. So we're gonna go down, unfold the lift. The next thing we're gonna do is let it down. And we're gonna make sure that the rolling stop is flush with the ground. And it do take some time. Once flush to the ground, the driver will secure the device on the lift. Once the rolling stop is completely let down, you will then greet your student. Hello, how are you? Are you ready for school?
I am.
All right, we're gonna unlock the wheelchair, inspecting the tires and the braking system to make sure that they are secure. Tires are fully inflated. We always have the student's back facing the bus at all times. Lock the wheelchair. With one hand on the wheelchair at all times, we're gonna have the student, we're gonna lift the lift up. Hello? If this was a motorized wheelchair, at this point, we will have the student turn the chair off. Always remember the safety of the student. No one can be on the lift, only the student sitting in the wheelchair. At this point, we will unlock the wheelchair, roll our student back, and properly place them in the location of their assigned seat. I just unlocked the wheelchairs. Hello, Miss Robin.
Hello, Mr. B.
We're gonna place you in your assigned seat. The next thing we're gonna do is try to get the wheelchair as even as possible between the four tracks, lining the belt system in the middle between the axle and the rear tire. Then we're gonna lock the brakes. Before anchoring down your Sherlock equipment, you must always inspect the equipment and make sure it's in proper working condition. Your release plunger, make sure you gently work that. Your webbing on your belt is not frayed, cracked, damaged, or broken. And then your tension valve must be properly working. Your plunger as well. Once the student is in place, we're gonna pull our Sherlock off the assembly wall, gently slide it through the tracks by pulling the plunger towards you. The system is equipped with the S hook, a D-ring, and the retractor. We're gonna make sure that our tracks does not have any debris. Always, your Sherlock system should be facing away from the chair. Gently slide it in and lock it into place. Release some of the tension and put it on the chair, the S hook. You always must ensure that you have two identical locks in the rear and two identical locks in the front. As you can see, these two are not identical locks. So what I'm gonna do is change out the belt system, removing the S hook, and putting the identical Sherlock onto the wheelchair. You wanna always ensure that your Sherlocks are in the inner tracks in the rear of the wheelchair. Now we will begin to secure the front of the wheelchair with the Sherlocks. Removing the Sherlock system from the wall, locking it in place on the outer track. The D-ring is very interchangeable for your belt system. It can be removed and placed on any Sherlock equipment. Once your Sherlock system is completely in place, you're then going to release the brakes of the wheelchair, both sides, and then you're going to take up any tension on your Sherlock system, ensuring that your wheelchair doesn't move and it is securely locked. Reapply the brakes, and now we will begin the shoulder lap belt system. Now you're ready to apply the shoulder lap belt system. We're going to remove the lap portion, apply it to the D-ring in the rear of the wheelchair, feed it through between the wheelchair and the armrest. The shoulder system, we're going to do likewise. Hello, I'm going to now apply your seat belt, feeding it through and attaching. Once the belt is around the student, you want to make sure that the release button to the seat belt is facing the aisle. And then you want to take up any slack by gently pulling on your belt. If you need to adjust the shoulder strap system, you release the button and adjust it to the proper height of your student. You always want to ensure that the shoulder belt system and lap belt system is around the pelvic area of the student, not the soft tissue. Here are our quick strap. They are nylon webbing. These are used in lieu of if the wheelchair is not equipped with an anchor tie-down kit or it's very difficult to get to a welded area. You will place this on a welded area like this. Upon entering the bus, it is important for you to locate all of your emergency equipment. You have your body fluid cleanup kit, your first aid kit, your yellow shaped diamond parking brake. You have your two-way radio. To use your two-way radio, you must hold down the black button, count to 2, and then speak. Release the button for dispatch to speak to you in the event of an emergency. Locate your web belt cutter, your emergency windows, your 2 roof hatches, your emergency rear door, and your fire blanket, which is located at the rear of the bus on the last seat. In the event of your lift not operating correctly, you always can operate your lift manually. You remove the stick from the rear of the device. You line it up, and you can release the tension and let the lift down, or to bring it up. Some things to remember: if your student has a lap tray, it must be removed unless it's stated in the student's IEP. That lap tray can be stored in the storage bin outside of the school bus, attached to the wall with a bungee cord device, or in a seat belt with the seat belt attached to it. If your student has a tracheotomy or posture issue, you must tilt the wheelchair back with the appropriate device at least 1 notch. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any further questions, please contact the Transportation Training Department or the ESE Transportation Coordinator.